We'll get started. Apologies for the delay, but our candidates are very busy and tight schedules, so it's lovely to see you all this morning, and you are very welcome. My name is Sharon and I'm Director of Safe Ireland. And I just want to start by saying to you that the fact that you are here today and interested and committing your time to this event, to this first national dialogue on a safer Ireland for women and children, you already make a difference. Together, we are stepping up a level today. We are bringing visibility and hope to a very serious and entrenched issue in this country. We are saying that change is possible, and we are not remaining complacent in the face of suffering and pain. We are acting together, we are taking a stand, and I welcome you on behalf of victims of domestic violence who need your help, your support, and your leadership in this country. I would like to welcome our presidential candidates this morning. They have prioritised this event, and they will speak to us shortly about their vision of a safer Ireland for women and children. We have apologies from the other candidates, and we acknowledge representation from Martin McGuinness's campaign in the audience. It is at least a possibility that in a couple of weeks, one of these candidates will be the next president. And we will know that they showed leadership at this event. And we will know their commitment. And we will know we can achieve further work together. I will say, however, regardless of the outcome, we want to work with all of the candidates and support you to use your links in society to continue to bring leadership to this issue long after the presidency has been decided. So you can expect to hear from Safe Ireland again, and we welcome a further engagement with you as leaders in your own right. In my view, there is no better person to chair this event than Miriam O'Callaghan. Who also deserves to be called a leader in her own right. We recognise your talents, Miriam, we recognise your wisdom, and we welcome again your support for this issue. It is an honour to have you here with us today, and we appreciate you giving voluntary of your time to what is a very serious issue in Ireland, Miriam, so thank you. And just another day. Our 2010 national census, the third census carried out by Safe Ireland with all of our members. And believe it or not, it was just another day. One of 365 days in the year that we work on this issue, that we meet women and their children in all kinds of distress, from all walks of life, and it is definitely disturbing. And it is definitely heartbreaking, and it is definitely the most underreported, largely undocumented, and certainly unprosecuted crime in this country today. On the 4th of November 2010, 555 women of various ages, nationalities, and ethnic backgrounds were accommodated or received support from a domestic violence services. With them, they had 324 children. When this is broken down, it means that 23 women and 13 children looked for support every hour of that day. 23 women and 13 children every hour of that day. 555 women, 324 children, 140 helpline calls, 7 women and 9 children were admitted to refuge. 18 women could not be accommodated in refuge because there was not enough space. We know from the launch of our national statistics a couple of weeks ago that in 2010, 7,500 women received support from services. 2,355 children were living in refuge in that year. There were 38,000 629 helpline calls. On over 3,000 occasions, women could not be accommodated because the refuge was full or there was no refuge in that area. The tip of the iceberg, the cases that we know about, the women who found help and support, the trailblazers that led the way. I think these figures are horrific. I think these figures are a sad indictment on this society. They tell us that home is where the heart is, and that no one can be free until we are all free. They tell us that this issue needs to be held in our collective consciousness, and it needs leadership as a matter of urgency. We need it to be taken seriously by all our politicians, by our civil society leaders, and by our president. We need communities for change. We all need to be able to return whole to home and community. Safe Ireland does not condone violence of any kind, full stop. Safe Ireland is a representative body for 40 domestic violence services around the country. 20 of these are women's refuges. We have been through tough times together, trying to find solutions to domestic violence in our country in a recession. Services have been cut back every year for the past number of years, and Safe Ireland itself has been told that its core HSE funding is gone from the end of the year. We acknowledge that domestic violence happens to men, and we support that this issue is addressed by government. But we know about violence against women, and this is the work that we do, and this is the work that we understand. This is our specialism. This is what the government funds us to do. We are inundated with women and children seeking safety and support. The figures tell the story. The services are at tipping point. We will continue to provide this support. We will continue to meet and support women and their children. We will continue to do what we are good at. We are hardwired to help. We know this is a huge issue for women and children in this country, and we know it needs leadership. I got a call from a woman the other day seeking support. She had spent most of her life in an abusive relationship. She is now 65 years of age, living in a rural area, afraid for her safety and unable to take any more. She told me she has had enough. She had the courage to make a call, and I was able to refer her to a local service. But she has remained with me somewhat since that call. Her first steps to seek help. She is 65 and isolated and broken over the years. What does the future hold for her in this country? Will she ever be held and surrounded by love, our basic human right, the right to be cared for and loved? Will she ever find safety, healing and peace? Will she ever know the value of her life at a cellular level? Will we honour her life on any day of any year, any time soon? She should be thinking of retirement, hobbies, grandchildren, time to just be free, time to offer her life's wisdom back to community. But she is taking the first tentative steps out of a violent relationship that has lasted a lifetime. I and we commend her courage, and I hope that she can find her way, and that perhaps with new leadership in this country on this issue, she can find value in all that she knows, and we will hear what she has to say at a much deeper level, and we will understand, and we will be moved to ensure that no other woman spends a lifetime in an abusive relationship. Safe Ireland is committed to an engagement as never before on this issue in Ireland. We have a strong relationship with our members. We have centre-staged women and children in all we have done together, and we will continue this journey. We will honour the voice of women. We will listen. We will find new solutions. We will knock at every door for dialogue. We do not have all the answers, but we know the answers lie in collaboration, in communication, in listening, in honouring our work together for change. Someone said to me the other day that to listen to me is to be changed by what I have to say. I want us all to listen to each other and to listen to women and children in particular. We will be changed by this engagement together, and this is our challenge, to embrace the change and learn from this to find new and better solutions to violence against women in this country. We can be world leaders when it comes to addressing the issue of domestic violence. We just need to want to do this. We just need to want this to happen. We just need to centre stage women and children in all our discussions and in the development of all policies. I and we welcome all the leaders here today. We invite you to engage with us and to support a whole system rethink on this issue. There are many things we can achieve with little effort and without huge resources. Now you're talking. Let us begin. It is my great pleasure to hand you over to Miriam O'Callaghan and the Presidential Committee.